have no idea what the
Welcome to another episode of I Have No Idea What the Fuck.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode, and today I want to talk about what you want is your destiny, and what you default to is your fate. And I kind of had, when I don't plan what I'm going to talk about with any episode. I just get the inspiration, and I had the inspiration and it kind of died off a little bit, so this may be shorter than my other episodes, which I don't know, you might like or might not like. But what I mean by what you want is your destiny and what you default to is your fate is, for those of you that are aware of the law of attraction, the law of attraction states that whatever energy you put out will draw to you a like energy. That energy that you create or that you cultivate is cultivated by what you think and what you feel that are in alignment with each other. So, or not in alignment with each other. So if you think that you can do something and you feel that you can do something and you give enough energy and attention to that creates an energy field or an intention that you put out into the universe that is reflected or attracted back to you as a like energy or a like experience. And so usually that's why with the law of attraction, it's always focusing on what do you want, because what you want is generally when your thought and your emotion are most effortlessly aligned. Now, we're taught not to go after what we actually want and to have guilt and shame and fear about it. So that's the only thing where we have any kind of, that's why we don't get what we want in life. So what we default to is the inner discord that we have, and that ends up being our fate. Any negative experience is an unwanted experience. Negative comes from negate, which literally means to deny. It's something that you do not want. It's an experience that you deny. Whereas posit means to put. It's something. It's positive is like taking your energy and literally assigning what you want to the universe. It's putting your energy out there into the universe, which that's what positive energy is. It's literally emitting, effulging energy that is being put out to the universe, whereas negative energy is negating, denying. And that's why negative is, at least with the psychological connotation of negative, that's why that's considered the unwanted. Scientific connotation of it is that it's just a magnetic charge, whereas positive is an emitting charge. So that's pretty much how it works. And I'm talking about that because that's something that I'm going through right now. It's very challenging. I'm in the midst of a particular transformative period, and a lot of what we go through has to do with our self-worth and self-image. And what I'm starting to realize is that any negative thought or negative experience or feeling that I have comes from what I think someone who has chastised me before for being who I am would think or advise me on the situation in a particular way. And I know that wasn't proper English at all, but that's where every negative thought about my life comes from. Because if you really check things out, and you really get into spirituality and meditation, and your intuition starts awakening, and you start having a different relationship with life, because it's based on always seeing some aspect of what's going on underneath the physical, because the physical is just a cover. You can't use the physical completely to determine or to gather data on what's going on. So that's pretty much it. I mean, what you want is destiny, and the thing is, why is it destiny? Because you wouldn't want it unless it was something that what you deeply want in your heart and soul comes from your heart and soul. Like, it is the call of your heart and soul. And so you're drawn to that. The heart is screaming at you. Your soul is screaming at you. And these are, poetic terms. and like your essence is screaming at you to go closer to what you want. That's why it's your destiny. Fate has more of a negative, as far as psychologically, negative connotation. So what you default to, if you don't go after what you actually want, if you deny what your heart and soul is screaming at you to do, what happens is fate. And usually fate is considered to be negative. It's considered to be, both of these words, fate and destiny, have similar meanings or the same meaning. They just have different connotations. And fate is, something where it's just like, oh man, just tragic. That was his fate. But really what it was this person's inner psychological choice to not honor what was coming from their heart, from their core. Actually, the scientific term for the word heart, the physical heart, is cardium. Now, that could be in many ways, you could say that the car part of cardium could come from core, C-O-R, or C-O-R-E, which is, what is the core? It's the center of any system. I tend to take the meaning for the physical heart and the etymological meaning for the physical heart, and apply it to the heart chakra, which is the core of your system. It's what your heart wants is what is basically your essence. That is the desire of your essence. It's like there's no debating it. There's no two ways about it. This is what I want. I don't care what I have to do to get it. This is what my heart wants. This is where I fly. This is where I feel like I'm unstoppable. That's the heart. So very much. I apologize. I'm like rubbing my nose all this time. It's like I don't know what's going on with that. But that's pretty much what it is. Now, when you deny the heart, it's fate. When you start going with the mind, what you think you're supposed to want, what you think you're supposed to do, you spiritually are gonna get fucked up. You may physically be intact, but you'll be spiritually dead. And that's something that motivates me, is I am not really good with spiritual death, meaning like being unawake to my spiritual nature. Now when I'm on a friggin' video, it's like my nose wants to run. So, what the world is telling you to do, and that's the right thing to do, and what everybody else does, it's practical. Practical is like, kind of like the kick in the balls for spiritual people, for a lot of spiritual people. Because for spiritual people, they're like, well, my heart's telling me to do this. This is what I want to do in my heart. But the world is telling me, well, that's not practical. That's not how you survive. And it's like, I'm not against surviving. I would like to survive. I would like to, be able to continue to put food in my mouth and have a roof over my head and clothes on my back. However, I still want to do what's at my heart. And so there's very much this conflict that can happen. And it's very pertinent that you resolve that conflict. I won't say as quickly as possible. Do it at your own pace. But it's very important that you resolve that conflict. Otherwise, you'll be saddled with fate. And fate, or karma, what the common connotation of karma, not the actual meaning of karma, the connotation of karma, is that you're going to end up repeating the same bullshit over and over and over again until you get the balls to follow your heart, which is the alignment of your thoughts and emotions. The heart is the alignment and the transcendence of your thought and emotions. You got to do it, period. So that doesn't mean that following your heart is going to be this rosy ride. It just means that it's going to be something that will make you come alive spiritually. It's something where your spiritual nature will be alive on this planet. And the feeling associated with that is very positive. And that's what you're supposed to feel as a human. You're supposed to feel good about being alive. So anyway, that's this entry. And really appreciate you guys being here with me and watching this video. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Bell it up. Hit that bell, baby. I hope you watch the video all the way through. If you're seeing this on Facebook, meaning as a total Facebook video, please like and share this video. Because people got to know. I mean, the law of attraction, it still has this very general connotation to it that your average layman, they just think people are just sitting there with their thumbs up their butts and just thinking and hoping that it appears in front of them. And it's like, that's not what skilled LOAers are doing. Skilled LOAers are making sure that their thoughts and emotions are aligned, and then they take action. And then inspiration, when inspiration comes, they just follow it because they have done the work to align their thoughts and emotions. Inspiration is usually the integration of thought and emotion. I want to go here. I would love to go here. And then you go there, or you take the steps that you need to take to actually go there. Then you actually end up feeling a lot better about life, and your spiritual nature is more alive on this physical plane. All right, you guys.